Tom Miller wiped the sweat from his forehead as he stared at the strange alien engine in front of him. The massive repair bay of Orbital Station 7 hummed with activity around him, but his focus remained fixed on the puzzle before his eyes. The engine was beautiful, too beautiful, in fact. Every part was perfect, every connection flawless, and that was exactly the problem. "Hey Mike, come take a look at this," Tom called to his assistant. The younger engineer walked over, his tool belt jingling with each step. "What's wrong with it?" Mike asked, peering at the crystalline structure of the alien drive core. "Nothing's wrong with it." "That's what's wrong," Tom said, scratching his beard. "It's too perfect. These aliens build everything like it's never supposed to break. But that's not how the real world works." The engine belonged to a merchant ship from the Spiral Arm Alliance, one of the many alien civilizations humanity had met since joining the galactic community. Their technology was centuries ahead of Earth's. Yet here they were, stuck at a human repair station. Tom grabbed his tablet and pulled up the ship's diagnostics. "See these readings? The engine's giving out because they never planned for it to wear down. There's no easy way to access the internal components for maintenance." Mike nodded slowly, beginning to understand. So they built it to be perfect, but didn't plan for when it wouldn't be perfect anymore. Exactly. Tom's eyes lit up. That's why they're all coming to us now. Humans have been fixing broken stuff since we invented the wheel. We expect things to break and build them so they can be fixed. As if to prove his point, a loud clang echoed through the repair bay, followed by cursing in 3 different alien languages. Tom looked up to see a purple-skinned Drixian arguing with a floating maintenance bot near Bay 4. "Watch this," Tom said, walking over to the frustrated alien. "Having trouble?" The Drixian's translator crackled. "The maintenance unit insists the power coupling cannot be repaired. It demands complete replacement, but we are far from home, and replacements are not available." Tom looked at the damaged part. It was a mess of twisted metal and burned crystals, but nothing he hadn't seen before. "Mind if I take a crack at it?" The alien hesitated, all 4 eyes blinking in sequence. "Your technology level is less advanced. No offense intended." "Sometimes less advanced means more practical," Tom said with a smile. He reached into his tool belt and pulled out what looked like ordinary welding equipment, primitive by alien standards. 20 minutes later, the power coupling was working again. Not perfect, not beautiful, but functional. The Drixian stood in amazement, running diagnostic after diagnostic. "How?" they asked simply. "We humans have a saying, necessity is the mother of invention. We've spent thousands of years learning to fix things with whatever we have on hand. Sometimes that's better than having the perfect tool." Walking back to his original project, Tom had an idea. He called up the station manager on his comm. "Hey boss, I think I know why we're getting so many alien ships lately. They're all built to be perfect, but nobody ever taught them how to deal with imperfection." "Go on," the manager said, interest clear in her voice. "What if we set up a proper repair school here? Teach them our way of thinking about maintenance and repairs. Most alien races skip right to advanced technology, but they never learn the basics of how things break and how to fix them." There was a long pause on the other end. "Write up a proposal, Tom. You might be onto something there." As Tom looked around the busy repair bay, he saw it with new eyes. Humans weren't the most advanced species in the galaxy. They didn't have the best technology or the most perfect ships. But they understood something that many alien races had forgotten in their rush to perfection: the art of fixing things, of making broken things work again. And in a galaxy full of perfect machines that eventually break down, that understanding was becoming more valuable than gold. The emergency alarm blared through Orbital Station 7, its urgent tone pulling Tom away from his lunch break. Red lights flashed across the cafeteria as the station manager's voice came over the speakers. "All senior engineers to Bay 1 immediately. Priority 1 emergency. This is not a drill." Tom dropped his sandwich and ran. In 15 years of working on the station, He'd only heard a Priority 1 call twice. As he entered the massive bay, he understood why. A ship hung in the docking cradle, but it wasn't like anything he'd seen before. The vessel gleamed like liquid silver, its hull covered in strange patterns that seemed to move in the light. It was a Galactic Council diplomatic vessel, the kind of ship that ordinary stations never got to see. "What's the situation?" Tom asked, joining the group of engineers gathered around the station manager. "Ship took heavy damage passing through an unexpected radiation storm," she explained, her face grave. "Their life support is failing. We've got less than 4 hours before their containment systems give out completely." 3 alien engineers stood nearby, their crystalline environment suits marking them as members of the Council's elite engineering corps. They were arguing in their own language, gesturing at complex holographic displays floating in the air. "They can't fix it," Mike whispered to Tom. "Their systems are too advanced for their own good. Every repair attempt makes things worse because their computers can't handle imperfect solutions." Tom stepped forward, studying the ship's diagnostic readouts on his tablet. The alien technology was incredibly complex, but underneath all that advancement, it still followed the basic rules of physics. "Excuse me," he said to the alien engineers. "Mind if we take a look?" The tallest alien turned, its suit gleaming. "This vessel represents the pinnacle of Council engineering. With respect, your technology level is too primitive." Tom finished with a smile. "Maybe that's exactly what you need right now. Your systems are looking for perfect solutions, but we don't have time for perfect. We need working." There was a pause as the aliens conferred among themselves. Finally, the tall one nodded. "We accept your assistance. But be warned, one mistake could destroy the entire ship." Tom gathered his team. "Okay, let's forget about all the fancy tech for a minute. What are we really dealing with? A broken life support system. We've fixed thousands of those." For the next 3 hours, the repair bay was a flurry of activity. Tom's team worked alongside the alien engineers, combining human ingenuity with alien technology. Where the Council engineers wanted to replace entire systems, the humans found ways to bypass and patch. "It's not elegant," Tom explained as he jury-rigged a connection between 2 incompatible systems, "but it'll hold until they reach their destination." The alien engineers watched in what seemed like horror as the humans used manual tools, makeshift patches, and solutions that would never appear in any official manual. But slowly, steadily, the ship's critical readings began to stabilize. With 30 minutes to spare, Tom closed the final access panel. "Try it now." The ship's systems hummed to life. The alien engineers rushed to check their readings, their movements showing clear disbelief. "Impossible," the tall one said. "These repairs, they are irregular, imperfect, but they work." "How?" Tom wiped his hands on his coveralls. "Sometimes the best solution isn't the perfect one. It's the one that keeps you alive." The Council engineers spent another hour documenting everything the human team had done. Before they left, the tall one approached Tom again. "We must report this to the Council. Your methods are unorthodox, but they have proven remarkably effective. You may expect to hear from us again." As the silver ship gracefully departed the station, Tom's tablet began pinging with incoming messages. Word was spreading fast about what had happened at Station 7. "You know what this means, right?" Mike asked, standing beside him at the observation window. Tom nodded. "Yeah, this was just the beginning." He was right. By the next morning, 3 more alien ships had arrived at the station, each carrying problems that their own engineers couldn't solve. The age of human repairs was about to begin. 1 month after the Galactic Council ship incident, Tom couldn't recognize his own repair station anymore. What used to be a quiet outpost had turned into the busiest spacecraft repair hub in this part of the galaxy. "Bay 3 needs you, Tom," called out the station manager through his comm device. "Got a trader from the Outer Rim. Says their quantum drive is making strange noises." Strange noises. Tom chuckled as he packed his tools. Funny how some things stay the same no matter how advanced the technology gets. The repair bay was packed with ships of all shapes and sizes. Some looked like giant crystals floating in space. Others resembled massive sea creatures. Each one brought its own challenges, and each one had chosen to come to a human repair station instead of their own advanced facilities. As Tom walked to Bay 3, he passed Mike training 2 new human engineers. The young workers looked overwhelmed by the variety of alien technology surrounding them. "Remember," Mike was saying, "doesn't matter how fancy it looks. Everything can break, and everything can be fixed. Just need to figure out how it works first." The trader in Bay 3 turned out to be a tall, insect-like being with metallic blue skin. Their ship looked like a silver teardrop with wings. "Most grateful for your attention." The trader buzzed through their translator. 3 repair stations of my own kind refused to help. Said the problem was impossible to fix without replacing the entire drive system. Tom walked around the ship, running his hand scanner over its hull. "Mind if I ask why you came all the way here instead?" The trader's antennae twitched. "News travels fast in space. They say humans can fix anything. They say you fixed a council ship that even council engineers couldn't repair. Word's really gotten around, hasn't it?" Tom smiled, checking his scanner readings. "Ah, here's your problem. Your quantum drive isn't broken at all. Just needs a good cleaning and recalibration." The trader's multiple eyes blinked in surprise. "But the manual says these drives never need cleaning. They're designed to be perfect." "Nothing's perfect forever," Tom explained as he opened an access panel. "Space is messy. Dust gets everywhere, even in perfect systems. Give me 2 hours, and I'll have you running smooth as new." While Tom worked, more ships arrived at the station. The repair bays were all full, with vessels waiting in orbit for their turn. The station manager had to hire more staff just to handle all the paperwork. In the station's break room that evening, Tom found himself looking at pictures sent from other human repair stations across space. They were all reporting the same thing. Aliens were lining up for human repairs. "Check this out," Mike said, showing Tom his tablet. "Someone made a video about us. It's gone viral across the galactic net." The video showed humans fixing various alien ships, explaining how they approached problems differently. It had been viewed by millions of beings across thousands of worlds. "Amazing what a little practical thinking can do," Tom said, watching a clip of himself fixing the council ship. All these advanced races, they forgot the basics while chasing perfection. The station manager joined them, looking tired but happy. "Just got word from Earth. The space agency is opening 5 new repair stations to handle all the traffic. They want you to help train the staff, Tom." "Me?" Tom raised his eyebrows. "I'm just a regular engineer." "Not anymore," she smiled. "You're the guy who showed the galaxy that sometimes the old ways are the best ways. Every alien race out there is talking about human repair methods now." Just then, Tom's comm beeped again. Another emergency call, this time from Bay 5. As he got up to handle it, he couldn't help but smile. Humans might not have the most advanced technology in the galaxy, but they understood something important that many alien races had forgotten. Sometimes the best solutions didn't come from fancy computers or perfect systems. Sometimes they came from 2 hands, a toolbox, and the willingness to get dirty while fixing things. As he walked to Bay 5, passing ships from a dozen different worlds, Tom knew that humanity had found its place in the galaxy. Not as the most advanced species, but as the ones who could keep everything running when that advanced technology failed. Tom sat in his workshop late one night, surrounded by holographic displays and scattered tools. After 3 months of non-stop alien repairs, he had noticed something important. They needed a better way to diagnose problems. "There has to be a middle ground," he muttered, picking up a strange device he'd been working on. It looked like a normal human diagnostic scanner, but inside it held parts from 10 different alien technologies. Mike walked in, carrying 2 cups of coffee. "Still working on your mystery project?" "Look at this," Tom said, taking a coffee. Every alien race has their own diagnostic systems, right? But they're all designed for perfect ships. They don't know how to handle repairs. He turned on his new device. It glowed with a soft blue light, displaying information in both human and alien languages. I call it the Universal Repair Assistant, Tom explained. It combines human repair knowledge with alien scanning technology. Instead of just saying what's broken, it suggests ways to fix it. Mike watched as Tom pointed the device at a broken alien engine part. The screen lit up with multiple repair options, ranked by difficulty and available resources. "That's brilliant," Mike exclaimed. "It's thinking like a human mechanic." "Exactly," Tom grinned. "I programmed it with every jury rig and makeshift repair we've ever done. It learns from experience, just like we do." The next morning, Tom showed his invention to the station manager. She immediately called a meeting with representatives from various alien ships currently docked at the station. In the main conference room, Tom stood before a curious audience of beings from across the galaxy. Some floated, some crawled, and some didn't even have physical forms, appearing as patches of colored light. "The problem isn't that your technology isn't good enough," Tom explained to them. "It's that it's too good. Your systems can't handle imperfect solutions because they were never designed to. This device bridges that gap." He demonstrated the Universal Repair Assistant on several broken parts. The alien observers watched in amazement as the device suggested repairs that their own advanced systems would never consider. "But these solutions are incomplete," said a crystalline being through its translator. "They lack proper optimization." "Sometimes incomplete is exactly what you need," Tom replied. "When you're stranded in deep space with a broken engine, a perfect repair that takes 2 weeks isn't as good as an imperfect repair that takes 2 hours." The aliens discussed among themselves, their various languages creating an odd symphony in the conference room. Finally, the crystalline being spoke again. "We would like to assist in developing this technology further. It could revolutionize space travel maintenance." Over the next few weeks, Tom's workshop became a hub of interspecies cooperation. Alien engineers contributed their advanced scanning technology, while human engineers added their practical repair knowledge. The device evolved quickly, becoming more powerful and useful with each update. "Watch this," Tom said to Mike one day, showing off the latest version. He pointed it at a completely alien piece of technology they'd never seen before. The device scanned it, compared it to known technologies, and suggested several possible repair approaches. When Tom selected one, it displayed step-by-step instructions, automatically translating measurements and procedures into terms any species could understand. "It's like having an experienced human mechanic in your pocket," Mike said, impressed, "but one who knows about every type of technology in the galaxy." The station manager came to see the final version, watching as Tom demonstrated it to a group of new human repair technicians. "You've done something amazing here," she told him. "This isn't just a repair tool. It's a way to share human ingenuity with the whole galaxy." Tom looked around his workshop, now filled with a mixture of human and alien technology working together in ways nobody had imagined before. "That's the real innovation," he replied. "Not the device itself, but getting everyone to see that sometimes the best solution isn't the most advanced one. Sometimes it's the one that just works." As if to prove his point, an emergency alarm sounded. Another ship needed repairs. Tom grabbed his Universal Repair Assistant and headed out, ready to show the galaxy another example of human problem-solving at its finest. The warning came at midnight station time. Tom was just finishing his shift when every emergency light on Orbital Station 7 started flashing at once. "All repair crews to emergency stations," the manager's voice boomed through the speakers. "We have a refugee fleet incoming. Multiple ships damaged. This is not a drill." Tom rushed to the main observation deck and froze. Through the massive windows, he could see hundreds of ships appearing out of hyperspace. They were all different sizes and designs, but they all shared one thing: they were badly damaged. "What happened to them?" Mike asked, joining Tom at the window. Before anyone could answer, a transmission came through on all channels. The holographic image showed a scared-looking alien captain. "Please help," the alien said, its translator crackling with static. "Our colony world was hit by an unknown space anomaly. Many ships damaged in evacuation. Life support failing on multiple vessels." The station manager turned to Tom. "How many ships can we handle?" Tom checked the station's capacity on his tablet. "Maybe 20 at once in our repair base. But there are hundreds out there." "Thousands," the manager corrected. "More are still coming." Tom looked at his universal repair assistant, then at the fleet of damaged ships. An idea formed in his mind. "Get me a channel to all ships," he said. When the comm opened, he spoke clearly. "This is Lead Engineer Tom Miller. All ships with working communications, please scan this data packet." He connected his universal repair assistant to the station's transmitter, sending out its repair protocols and databases to every ship in range. "The device I just sent you contains basic repair procedures," he explained. "Ships with working engines, pair up with those without. Working life support systems, link with failed ones. We'll guide you through emergency repairs." The next few hours were chaos, but organized chaos. Tom coordinated with other human repair stations across the sector, sharing repair techniques and solutions. Every available repair bay was full, with crews working nonstop. In space around the station, something remarkable happened. Ships began helping other ships. Those who received repair instructions from Tom's device started fixing themselves and then helping others. "It's working," Mike said, watching through the window as a large crystal ship successfully restored power to 3 smaller vessels. "They're learning to repair things the human way." But the crisis wasn't over. More refugee ships kept arriving, many with damage unlike anything they'd seen before. The anomaly that hit their world had done something strange to their technology. "The perfect systems are failing," Tom realized, looking at scan data. "But the simple backup systems are still working. That's our answer." He grabbed his comm device. "All ships, listen up. Shut down your advanced systems. Switch to basic backup power, basic life support. Sometimes simpler is better." The station's repair crews worked for 3 days straight. They taught alien crews how to make emergency repairs, how to bypass damaged systems, how to keep their ships running with whatever they had available. By the 4th day, something incredible had happened. The refugee fleet had become a floating repair yard. Ships that Tom's team had helped were now helping others, passing on the human repair techniques they'd learned. "Look at this," the station manager said, showing Tom a message from Earth. Other human repair stations were reporting the same thing. The crisis had spread awareness of human repair methods across half the galaxy. In the main repair bay, Tom watched as alien crews worked alongside humans, using a mix of advanced technology and simple tools to fix their ships. "You've started something big," Mike said, standing next to him. "These aliens won't forget what happened here." Tom nodded, looking at his universal repair assistant. The device had learned hundreds of new repair techniques during the crisis, all of them based on human innovation and practical thinking. "Maybe that's what we humans do best," he said. "We don't just fix machines, we teach others how to fix them too." Outside the station, the refugee fleet was gradually departing, ship by ship, each one carrying with them not just repairs, but a new understanding of how to handle problems. The human way of fixing things had saved thousands of lives, and that was just the beginning. 3 weeks after the refugee crisis, Tom stood nervously in his dress uniform. Orbital Station 7's main hall had been transformed for a special ceremony. Representatives from the Galactic Council were coming, and everyone was on edge. "Stop fidgeting," the station manager whispered to him. "You'd think fixing a broken quantum drive was easier than attending a ceremony." "It is," Tom whispered back. "At least I understand how quantum drives work." The station's warning system beeped, announcing the arrival of the council ship. This time, it wasn't arriving for repairs. Through the huge observation windows, They watched the same silver ship that Tom had fixed months ago glide smoothly into dock. The council delegates who emerged were an impressive sight. Beings of light, crystal, and energy floated or walked into the main hall. Their environmental suits sparkled with technology far beyond human understanding. The head delegate, a tall being made of shifting colors, stepped forward. "Greetings, Orbital Station 7. We come with an important announcement." Tom recognized the voice. It was the same council engineer whose ship he'd repaired during that first emergency. But now they spoke with the full authority of the council. "The recent refugee crisis has brought something important to our attention," the delegate continued. "While we have focused on advancing technology, humanity has mastered something equally valuable: the art of repair and adaptation." Holograms appeared in the air, showing footage from the crisis. Humans and aliens working together, fixing ships with a combination of advanced technology and simple tools, teaching each other new ways to solve problems. "The Council has reached a decision," the delegate announced. "We propose establishing the first joint species engineering academy here on Earth, a place where all species can learn from each other." The room burst into excited whispers. Tom looked at Mike in surprise. An academy on Earth. That was bigger than anything they'd expected. The delegate turned to face Tom directly. "Engineer Miller, your universal repair assistant proved invaluable during the crisis. But more important than the device was the philosophy behind it, the human approach to problem solving." They gestured, and another delegate floated forward, carrying something that looked like a crystal tablet. "The Council offers this gift, a database of all known spacefaring technologies in the galaxy. We ask that you combine this with your repair knowledge to create a comprehensive teaching program for the Academy." Tom took the crystal tablet carefully. It hummed with power in his hands, containing more information than all of Earth's computers combined. "We accept," the station manager said formally, "but we have a condition of our own." The delegates tilted their heads curiously. "The Academy must teach more than just advanced technology," she continued. "Every student must learn basic repairs first. Sometimes you need to understand the simple things before you can handle the complex ones." The head delegate's colors shifted in what seemed like amusement. "We expected such wisdom from humans. We agree to your terms." As the ceremony continued, Tom looked at the crystal tablet in his hands, then at his battered universal repair assistant clipped to his belt. One was the most advanced technology in the galaxy, the other was a simple human tool. Together, they represented the future of repair work in space. "What are you thinking about?" Mike asked quietly. "About how far we've come," Tom replied. "A few months ago, aliens thought we were too primitive to help them. Now they want to learn our methods." The station manager joined their conversation. "That's because we showed them something important. It's not about having the most advanced technology. It's about understanding how things break, and more importantly, how to fix them." Outside the station's windows, ships of all kinds continued to arrive, some for repairs, some just to watch the ceremony. Each one represented a connection between species, a bridge built not by diplomats or politicians, but by engineers and mechanics who understood that in space, everyone sometimes needs a helping hand. The Academy would be just the beginning. Humanity's gift to the galaxy wasn't advanced technology or perfect systems. It was something much more valuable: the knowledge that nothing stays perfect forever, but anything can be fixed if you know how. 5 years after the Galactic Council's announcement, Tom stood in front of the massive window in his new office at the Joint Species Engineering Academy on Earth. The view still amazed him. Thousands of ships from across the galaxy, coming and going from the sprawling repair and training complex. "Ready for the graduation ceremony?" Mike asked, entering the office. He now served as one of the Academy's senior instructors. "Just thinking about how it all started," Tom replied, touching the old universal repair assistant that hung framed on his wall. Next to it was the original crystal tablet from the Council, both pieces now part of engineering history. The Academy had grown far beyond anyone's expectations. Its main campus covered a large part of what used to be the Australian outback, with repair bays larger than small cities. But more impressive than the facilities were the students. "Look down there," Tom pointed to one of the training yards. A group of students from 12 different species was working together to fix an old Earth cargo ship. No fancy tools, no advanced systems, just basic repairs first, like we promised. Every student, no matter how advanced their civilization, started with the basics. They learned to use simple tools to understand how things break, and most importantly, to think creatively about repairs. "Remember that crystal being from last term?" Mike laughed. "They were shocked when we made them fix a combustion engine first. Now they swear by the human approach to engineering." The Academy's success had changed more than just repair work. It had changed how species saw each other. Working together on repairs had created understanding between civilizations that centuries of diplomacy couldn't achieve. Tom's comm device beeped. It was time for the ceremony. They walked to the main assembly hall, now packed with graduating students and their families from across the galaxy. As Tom took the stage, he looked out at the audience. Some sat in chairs, others floated in anti-gravity fields, and some existed as patterns of light. But all of them had learned to work together, to share knowledge, to fix things. 5 years ago, Tom began his speech. A refugee crisis showed us something important. It showed us that no matter how advanced we become, we all sometimes need help. And sometimes the best help comes from unexpected places. He gestured to the huge screens showing repair stations across the galaxy. Human methods had spread everywhere, creating a network of repair hubs that served all species. Today, you graduate not just as engineers, but as problem solvers. You've learned that every broken thing is an opportunity to learn, to improve, to help others. That's the real legacy of human repair work, not just fixing machines, but building bridges between civilizations. After the ceremony, Tom walked through the Academy's museum. It displayed the history of repair work from all species, from the first stone tools on Earth to the most advanced alien technology. "Professor Miller," called a young voice. Tom turned to see one of his favorite students, a being of pure energy contained in a human-designed environmental suit. "I wanted to thank you before I leave." "For teaching you about repairs?" Tom asked. "For teaching me that simple solutions are nothing to be ashamed of." The student replied, "My people always sought perfection. Now I understand that dealing with imperfection is what makes us stronger." Later that evening, Tom returned to his office. A message waited from the station manager of Orbital Station 7, now one of many training centers across space. "Thought you'd want to see this." The message read, showing a video of a human repair technique being used to save a stranded ship in a distant galaxy. The method had been taught by one of their first graduates. Tom smiled, looking out at the sunset over the Academy campus. Humans might not have been the most advanced species in the galaxy, but they had given something invaluable to the galactic community. The understanding that anything broken can be fixed, any problem can be solved, if you're willing to learn, adapt, and work together. And in the end, that was the greatest repair job of all.